Well, hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. And what you're looking at here is a picture of a spirit box that I think I just got in this box over here to my left. And I received a donation for the spiritual evangelism work. And we went out and ordered this. Didn't actually go out, did it right here. But it came in the mail today, and I want to show you that when you do give a donate, when you do help support and sponsor this work, we do put the money right to you. So this, I think, is what we're going to get in the box. I hope it's what we're going to get in the box. We'll see if it is what we're going to get in the box. But I know some people say, oh, well, those ghost boxes, which really is an inappropriate name, those ghost boxes don't work. Those ghost boxes allow trickster spirits to come in. Those ghost boxes are a crutch. And to a degree, all those things are right. The reason why I want to use it is because, well, let's start with this. Let's start with the beginning. How about that? And I want to show you something out of my book. Not that one. Yeah, perfect, of course. I want to show you something out of my book, Confessions of an Exorcist. This was featured on Coast to Coast AM, and it basically breaks down my now 35 years plus of work in the realm of exorcism. And I want to show you something from that book, and I want to tell you I'm addressing that, oh, those things don't work. Now, keep in mind, this is 1981, so that's a long time ago. You know, my parents had divorced. I was living full-time with my dad. And I had been having this nightmare, reoccurring nightmare of the devil, and that had finally stopped. But the harassment, the supernatural harassment I was receiving, at this time I wasn't a Christian, didn't stop. From the ages of about 16 to 18, there was this bizarre ritual that would take place in my life. I grew up listening to Atlanta Braves baseball. We didn't have a team in Florida, and they played out on the West Coast a lot, so I would listen to the Braves while I was falling asleep at night, and also listen to classic old shows like Radio Mystery Theater. If you remember the door opening. But it's funny now, I actually refuse to fall asleep listening to a radio or a television. I just can't do it. And it's interesting that maybe this does play into that actual situation, my hatred for it. But when I was about 16, I wound up in the emergency room with dehydration, trying to cut weight to make the football team. Why that is important is because after that, I've been drinking every day since that time. I was 16, at least a gallon of water every day. I say that to let you know that invariably sometime in the night I would have to get up and use the bathroom. And during that nightly trip, I'd routinely turn the radio off. And that's where things start getting weird again. Sometime between getting up and shutting the radio off and dawn of the new day, the radio would switch itself back on again. Now, then it would go off for a while. Then it would start turning itself on and off repeatedly every few seconds, all by itself, several times over and over. You know, I thought it was kind of crazy, so I decided I got a great idea that when I go to the bathroom, instead of just turning it off, I'll unplug it. Well, for the first few weeks, the radio would start playing even though it was unplugged, which is weird enough. But then the radio started playing only specific selections from a specific song each and every time. Same song, same selections every night, night after night, with a radio that was unplugged. That was back in the old days, man. It was just an AM, FM, radio, no Wi-Fi, none of that stuff, nothing digital. And in February of '77, there was a guy named Alan O'Day who released a song called Undercover Angel on the Warner Brothers label. He called it a nocturnal novelette. It was about a paranormal story of a lonely man that makes love to a mysterious spiritual entity that shows up in his bed in the middle of the night and leaves him instructions to look for her or it in the eyes of future lovers. Really, you gotta love 70s music. And believe it or not, the song hit #1 on the U.S. Billboard chart, spent 25 weeks in the top 100, making it one of the top 10 records of 1977. That's my bad Casey Kasem impersonation. But it was very specific portions of this song and only this song and only those portions that were continually played over and over by my unplugged radio. This is what I would hear. Undercover Angel, Midnight, Undercover Angel, Answer to My Prayers, Heavenly Surrender, Giving Up My Heart, I Know You're Out There Somewhere, You'll See Me Again. That same message over and over and over. And to make it stranger still, this was happening between 1979 and 1981. If you'll remember, Alan O'Day's song came out in 1977, and trust me, it was quickly forgotten by 1979. It was no longer on any playlist on the radio. It was no longer to be heard, really. But yet, the one-hit wonder was playing on my unplugged radio, specific portions, night after night. Simply no rational or logical explanation for what was happening. Some paranormal entity was sending me messages in what I can now only interpret as an attempt to intimidate me. Welcome to the world of an exorcist. Now, I said all that to say this: ghost boxes. A lot of people think, they don't work. Well, Frank Sumption invented the ghost box in 2002. And he invented this thing in 2002. And my situation was occurring in the late 70s, long before Mr. Sumption invented his ghost box. It wasn't a goat box, it was a ghost box. Not for goats, but for ghost. Was it a goat box? No! It was a ghost box. Woo! And the very methodology that ghost boxes employ was the very methodology that spirits were employing to talk to me. Ergo, if spirits do legitimately, as is my personal experience, use ghost box type technology to communicate with us, then surely it would make sense for me to use it to make contact with them. Skunk Ape. Let me just give you a quick look at the table of contents of this book. You might want to get it. It's only $1.99. I don't know how much longer I'm going to leave them that way. You know, in the beginning, Good Evening, Mr. Devil, Undercover Angel, Skunk Ape, Lightning Doesn't Have to Strike Twice, My First Physical Demon Encounter, I Can't Cast on You, Bro, The Haunted Hercules C-130, Abductions Behind the Iron Curtain, Dirty Birds in Hitler's Nest, Demons Go to Church Too. Now that's what I call a Halloween. That was a great story. How I Learned to Ask First Before Casting Out Spirits, Only the Shadow Man Knows, Is There a Witch Doctor in the House? An actual witch doctor story from South America. Morals of the story, What Demons Really Are, Science Meets Spirituality, Astral Holographic Technology, Back to the Future of Exorcism, Real Sharks and Where They Come From, How to Fight a Great White Shark, and Can Serpents and Doves Be Redeemed? So that's the book, Confessions of an Exorcist. It is on sale for $1.99 at the JeffreyDarty.com bookstore, JeffreyDarty.com, ChristianWhistleBlower.com. I'll put the link to it in the box below as well. So that brings us all the way back full circle to talking about the box. So the reason I want it is because even though some of you doubt it, I know it works because they have used it to contact me, and I will be able to use it to contact them. And specifically, I usually work without a net, so to speak. I usually do it free form. I fly by the seat of my pants. I walk in and spiritually sense. I'm not coming in with all the flashing lights and things like that. I actually spiritually sense, spiritually communicate with, talk to, and sometimes I'll even talk audibly. But the thing of it is, we're trying to do spiritual evangelism. We're trying to rescue spirits that were deceived in their flesh. And I'll link the Ghost Evangelism video that we did. Link for Ghost Evangelism. So you'll know what I'm talking about. I know we've got almost 500 videos now. But there are spirits, the Bible shows us, that are trapped between here and there because of what they were told, the bad doctrine they got from human religion, and the Christ and the apostles used to go into the astral realm and preach evangelistically to these people, these disembodied people. So that's what we're trying to do. And the reason I want to get this box is because even though I can contact a lot of them myself, some of them over the years and maybe even the eons have become too weak. They don't have the energy to be able to communicate loud enough for the human ear to pick up, or strongly enough for the spiritual perception of a human to pick up. So what this device does is it goes through frequencies of the radio, AM, FM, and some of them even on the internet. I don't think this one does, but I will carry a tablet with me as well that'll run through internet frequencies, giving these weakened spirits all of the sorry about that, all of the possible avenues they can utilize to contact me and ask for help. Do you get trickster spirits? Of course you do. I get trolls all the time in this realm on YouTube. That doesn't mean I quit YouTube or don't use YouTube. And yes, we'll get trolls in the astral realm as well. Ask trolls. And we will deal with them accordingly. But let's take a look. And I wish I could show you how to, I'm trying to work out where I can be an affiliate and show you how to get stuff like this handy dandy knife if you want it, and be able to help the Christian Whistleblower by doing so. This knife even has a flashlight that comes with it. How cool is that? And it goes right on in the knife. But at any rate, let's go ahead and open up this box and see if we're going to get what they said we're going to get. So I'm going to use my handy dandy trusty knife. Try not to cut myself or anything else. Okay, so let's see if this is what we got in this box here. All right. Spiffy knife, I like it. Good looking knife too, and plus it's got a little, I know this isn't a knife video, but it's got a little thing on the end of it there that if you need to, you could break your car window, and it's got a cutter where you could cut your car seat. And also, ladies, if you had this in your purse and some fool wanted to mess with you, BAM! That would definitely ruin his whole day right there. But anyway, let's see what we got in the ghost box. A ghost box in a box. Let's go ahead and maybe open this up. All right. Ghost box in a box. We got some nice little protectors in there. My cat Rooney's going to love those. We got some nice instructions, which is important. What do we got over here? Oh, we got the music ball, which I guess is going to connect, and so we can actually hear what the spirits are saying. You know, not like John was saying in the Revelation, hear what the spirits say to the church. This is hear what the spirits, the ghosts say, right? Hear what the ghosts say. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Let's go ahead and open that up and take it out, because we're probably going to need it, aren't we? Yep, that's going to plug right into our little spirit box. Boop. All right. We'll save that packaging just in case, right? And then, as we look in here, see it down there, lonely little ghost box? Here it is. Another thing for the cat to play with. So there's your ghost box. And it looks like we probably did get the one that we were showing the picture of, that was advertised. I got these off of Amazon. Maybe I can at least link this to you through Amazon. Don't buy it until tomorrow if you're going to get one, because I think I might be able to link it up and you can buy it for the same price you would have, but it can help the Christian Whistleblower. Oh, check this out. It's very, it's kind of petite, right? It's not a great big huge bulky piece of equipment. And it comes with the batteries. Very nice. So I got my batteries right here. And I got my, what do we got here? We got, looks like some headphones. So we don't have to listen on the big ball thing they gave us, but we got some headphones too. that'll plug in. Because obviously these are probably going to plug into the same jack, right? So you use one or the other. You know what? I just need to quit fighting it, don't I? And here we go. This is the actual spirit box. Check that out. It's lightweight. It is made of plastic, apparently. But that is the PSB7 Spirit box. So I'm going to take 1 second here. I'm going to put the batteries in. And I'll show you a little bit how this sucker works. So don't go anywhere. This will be transparent to you, but I'll be back in 2 shakes of a hind leg. Okay, so in the time we're away, it actually doesn't have book instructions. It's got instructions on a DVD, but I don't happen to have a DVD player these days because I don't have one on my computer. And I'm not exactly on the cutting edge of technology, but I put the batteries in. They went in very easily in the back, and I could tell I'm going to have to get some a big Costco-sized box of AAA batteries. That's probably going to go fast. So you just put up the antenna, bloop, and it's got obviously a power button on the front. And when you push the power button, you got to kind of push and hold a minute. And look what happens. The power comes on. And you probably can't hear it, but it has a little buzz sound. And there's got you got to get the case for these. And it has different sweep rates that you can sweep at different rates. I know this is probably backwards, but you can probably, I don't know if you can see that the sweep rates up there are changing. And I think the quickest sweep rate is 300. And you can put in your volume. Yeah, the volume goes way up. And I'm going to guess that when I put this in, testing, I don't know what happens with this ball. I'm going to have to figure it out. Huh. I'm not sure what the ball does. Maybe the ball allows them to speak. Oh, it's not on. Ah. Let's try to turn it on and see what happens. Okay, the ball's on. It lights up. Blue. Oh! That makes it real loud. So the way this would work, it's cycling through frequencies, and I doubt, this being my house and me doing what I do, how I do it, there's going to be anybody here, but are there any spirits here that need some help? Are there any spirits here that could use some help? Are you nearby and trapped and wish you could move on? Breaker, any typing? But anyway, you can see how it works. And it seems like it's a pretty spiffy little piece of equipment. Now, had there been any spirits here that were too weak, and, you know, I've got everything cleaned out here. I knew there wouldn't be nothing here. They could say, oh, yeah, I'm here. I need some help. And we would be able to help them go to where they're supposed to go. So that's your spirit box. Don't buy one yet. Give me a day, see if I can get us a deal. And a deal that would help fund our work as well. Working on one with these glasses too, so hold off on those if you can. But there you have it. That is my spirit box. Thank you for sponsoring my work, and I'm going to put it right back in here so I can keep it all spiffy and all well cared for. So, and then of course, if you want to be serendipitous and not let everybody know what you're doing, you can always listen on the headphones. They fit right in the same jack that your big ball fit into. So, actually a nicely built piece of equipment. It seems like it's going to work as advertised. It seems like it's a good use of the contribution, I don't want to say contribution, of the help, the sponsorship that you're giving to the Christian Whistleblower. So there you have it. And we're going to, maybe even tonight, we'll get out. There's a couple places here locally that I wanted to take a look at, and one that's going to blow your mind. I know it's going to be there, and it's going to be something big. But maybe tonight we'll do that. We'll break out the GoPro, and we'll get out there and show you how we will help these spirits, and hopefully help one or two of them. But I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We'll be back later today with all of our with regular great teachings. Catch up and make sure that you are caught up, because we're doing a lot of good stuff, and it's all good stuff. If you want the book, it's $1.99. I'll put a link in the box. So thank those of you that are being unindoctrinators, posting on social media, sponsoring the work. And I am Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, helping you to unwind your mind so you can unindoctrinate yourself. And remember, more than anything else, be excellent to each other.